Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Police are investigating an online sexual harassment case against a West Fargo woman. The victim, a man, says he broke up with her over the phone and says that led to her making threatening statements. Valley News Team's Joshua Pagero investigates the proper way to end a relationship and what the warning signs might be if it's not going well.
Two agencies, the West Fargo Police Department and North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigations, are looking into claims of online sexual harassment. We're not identifying the victims or suspects since it's an active investigation. Court documents allege that a 39-year-old woman was upset when her boyfriend at the time ended things over the phone. Investigators say she made statements like, "I will ruin his life," with no apology. The suspect also sent nude photos to the victim's current girlfriend. But is there a proper way to break up? We visited West Acres Mall and asked around.
Meet up in person some way and explain your reasons as to why you should break up. I would do that. And going forth, I would say it's important to kind of figure yourself out, you know.
Well, I think you have a responsibility, I guess, to be upfront about it. It can be kind of hard to be blunt and be honest and not exactly fun. I mean, nobody ever really wants to have a breakup. That kind of sucks.
Give the girl an explanation on why you broke up with her instead of just leaving it just like that. Because that actually hurts.
A psychology magazine offers several tips on do's and don'ts of proper breakups. Do end the relationship as soon as you know it can't go on, and listen to the other person without defending. Don't break up in public or offer the person false hope. In Fargo, Joshua Pagero, Valley News Live.
According to North Dakota Century Code, a person is guilty of harassment when they threaten someone with injury or harm to their reputation. Alarming news for some West Fargo parents. An investigation is underway following a threat of a school shooting at Cheney Middle School. The school district says a group of students talked to administration at the school yesterday, saying they heard a fellow student talk about a school shooting. That student's locker was searched and nothing was found. The child's parents were contacted and that student was not in school today, pending what the district calls a threat assessment. Check out that sunshine. The temps were still a little cold today, still are, but that sun is making it seem a little better. Hutch joins us now in no wait weather with a look ahead. Can we call this a mini heat wave today, Hutch?
I think we can, and it really doesn't get started until the overnight hours. It was a crisp start to our day once again here in the FM area and beyond with single-digit readings for morning temperatures. We've warmed only into the mid-teens in Bemidji and Baudette, 20 in Grand Forks and Fargo right now, one of the warmer spots at 24 degrees. But out to the west is where that warmer air is coming from, Andrea. We have mostly clear skies with a beautiful setting sun. Temperatures will quickly fall this evening into the teens. In fact, it's at some locations going to be kind of chilly in those low teens before temperatures start warming up overnight. So we'll have details on this little mini heat wave, as you've dubbed it, here in just a few minutes, and how long it sticks around as well.
We'll take anything that we can get.
Good.
Yeah, thank you. A rash of slashed tires in Bemidji, Minnesota. Police there say they've gotten a handful of reports in the last 24 hours of damage to multiple cars. The damage includes slashed tires and broken glass. Police say if you see anything suspicious or know anything about what happened, give them a call. A car that Fargo police believe was being driven by a runaway has been found in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Authorities found the white Volkswagen SUV that they thought to be driven by Katie Hammond, who was reported as a runaway back on October 27th. According to a release from the Fargo Police Department, efforts are now being made to find Katie in Oshkosh with help from local law enforcement there. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is urged to contact their local police. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum signed an executive order today waiving hours of service requirements, fees, and some load restrictions for vehicles transporting hay and livestock. The order will last for 30 days, starting on November 7th. 'Tis the season for most of us to roll up our sleeves, gather documents, and pick a health insurance plan for 2020. It's open enrollment time. Here's NBC's Chris Clackham with what that means this year.
Whether you get health insurance through your employer, Medicare, Medicaid, or a private plan, it's time to decide what, if anything, you want to change for next year.
Every open enrollment period is an opportunity to evaluate both your financial and your healthcare goals.
For those buying individual policies on state exchanges, for example, the news is good.
Premiums are lower. We actually have new quality ratings for the plans, and there's more choices of plans.
The majority of Americans, though, don't buy their own health insurance. Most get it through their employer, and most policies have stabilized in price.
Don't skimp on saving for your health, because if something unfortunate does happen and then it impacts your financial goals.
Pay particular attention to deductibles and copays, and if shopping for a Medicare supplemental plan, ask other recipients for help.
Buy a plan according to your doctor takes it, the prices, the network. Make sure you analyze, don't just assume.
Don't let the process make you sick. Health insurance can be tricky, even for the experts. Chris Clackham, NBC News.
And dates for healthcare enrollment vary depending on your plan and carrier. For Minnesotans, MNsure's federal open enrollment period ends on December 15th. Local first grade students are showing their appreciation for the men and women who protect our country. Today, students at Longfellow Elementary learned about military service and what it means to be a veteran. After their lesson, they put their creativity to work and made cards for local vets in honor of Veterans Day.
You want to put things for stars. You put the white and blue and red to the American colors, and a ribbon.
And the students aren't stopping at just making the cards. Tomorrow, they'll walk to the Veterans Administration healthcare system to deliver the handmade cards, along with miniature American flags, to thank those who have served our nation. Children who happened to be at West Acres Mall this afternoon had a chance to hear a special book that's being read around the country and the world today. This is the 14th year of Read for the Record, a campaign to raise awareness about giving all children a quality education and building their language and literacy skills. Every year, the same book is read on the same day. The children's book selected this year is titled Thank You, Amu.
Amu is making a stew, and she shares it with everybody in the neighborhood. And then at the end of the night, when it's finally time for her to have dinner, her pot is empty. And she then gets surprised by all the people she fed earlier in the day who come knocking on her door, and they bring a feast to her. So it's a great book about sharing and kindness.
The NDSU chapter of Golden Key International Honor Society sets up the event in Fargo and invited me to take part again this year, along with Valley News Team's Lisa Badeau. The deer rifle season opener is this weekend in both North Dakota and Minnesota. But before you head out to the stand, there are some things you won't want to forget. That includes extra propane for heaters, binoculars, and hand warmers. Don't forget to bring snacks and plenty of water. But most importantly, make sure you're dressed in your blaze orange. It won't just keep you warm, it'll also keep you safe.
Most camo is to make you blend in, and when hunters hear a noise, their natural reaction is to point their gun in that direction to take aim, and if they don't see something that identifies, they're thinking it's a deer, and naturally we don't want that to happen.
North Dakota's deer season will open tomorrow. Minnesota's opens on Saturday. After 3 decades in the business, the Red River High School boys tennis coach has resigned. In Greg Ledusser's 30 years as a head coach for Grand Forks Central and Red River, he won 16 state championships and 18 conference championships. In that time period, he coached 10 state singles champions and 14 state doubles champions. Former Bison and Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz is bringing his charity softball tournament back for another year. According to a post on his Twitter page, he says, "We had so much fun in Fargo last summer. We're doing it again." The second annual AO1 charity softball game is scheduled for June 26th of 2020 at Newman Outdoor Field. Tickets are expected to go on sale in the spring. And don't forget to join us for the Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show this Saturday at 1:30. We'll be live at the Fargo Dome, taking you right up to kickoff at 2:30 on the KVLY and KFYR Bison Football Network.